So initial belief with Micah Parsons is that they think right now that he tore his ACL. They think right now that he tore his ACL. Now that's just off of their belief. I don't think they've done an MRI test yet. MRI test will tell more, but it's crazy, man, because we saw it with Bosa earlier this year. I saw it with Wentz at one point. I talked about it. You see these guys pop up and they start walking. So you think everything's okay, right? But I don't know, for anybody that's torn their ACL or know anybody that's torn their ACL, I have a family member. He walked around for like 2 weeks on a torn ACL until they went to the doctor to find out that he had a torn ACL. You can walk on torn ACL. So sometimes I feel like people kind of think that if you have a torn ACL or torn ligament in your knee, you can't walk. You can walk and have a little limp and be just fine. So this is crazy news for Micah Parsons, and I'm hoping that when the MRI test comes out, it's not as bad as they're thinking. But for them to just kind of believe that right off the bat, it's kind of like, holy shit, This trade for Micah has changed this Green Bay defense. This Green Bay defense already was a pretty damn tough unit before he got there under Jeff Hafley, but he only made it better. Like, Micah Parsons made it better. Micah Parsons is an elite pass rusher. When you add an elite pass rusher to your team, just think of all those guys on Green Bay's defensive line, their front seven. You have a guy like Micah Parsons in there, it just makes life easier. He can just go after the QB and get the guy, create major problems for an offense, right? And the Packers traded for him. They traded for him. They gave up, what did they give up? Like multiple first round pick? Yeah, man. The Green Bay Packers gave up, they literally gave up their 2026 first round pick and their 2027 first round pick. You know, then they sent over Kenny Clark. But this is huge. This is so big, dude. It's, you know, you don't want to say this type of shit, but it's like, man, this was a major trade for Green Bay just for them to possibly get to the Super Bowl. This was the type of trade that you make when you're making a push for a Super Bowl. Now, it's not to say that Green Bay can't get to the Super Bowl without Micah Parsons, because honestly, I still think they could, especially in a wide open NFC along with the rest of the NFL. There's just no clear-cut team that's better than the rest. Even the Rams getting a victory like they did today, it's not clear-cut for me in the NFC. It's just not. I still think they could get there, but without Micah, I view them a little bit differently. I honestly do. He's like I said, he's an elite pass rusher, and it's scary for offenses to go up against Micah Parsons. And you know, I do think Green Bay will still be contenders, but I wouldn't say that they lost the trade. I'm not gonna go say that. I think that's crazy, but they don't have him now. Playoffs are gonna be starting soon. This is huge, and you don't know at what point next year you're getting Micah Parsons. Different players with ACLs have a different timeline. And like I just talked about in the Patrick Mahomes video, when the MRI comes out, we don't know how severe the ACL tear is. Like, what if there's more tears than the ACL, right? ACL, then the MCL, whatever else could be wrong with his knee, you just don't know. So like when I talked about Mahomes, I just said a quarter to halfway point would be my guess. But you just don't know. You just do not know with these ACL tears. And this is so gut-wrenching for the Green Bay Packers, dude. This is crazy. Like, I would have never guessed that this would happen to Micah Parsons. You know, there's some players that go down. There's some players that get hurt. And he's kind of been banged up. But holy shit, dude. They trade up those 2 first-round picks for him. And if he's not going to be playing the rest of the season, that sucks. That sucks, especially in a year, like I said, when it's so wide open and Green Bay has the runway to literally go all the way like the rest of these top NFC teams. And to not have Micah is going to suck. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what the tests say when it comes out. But for right now, they're saying possible ACL tear. I'm hoping that it's not that. But if it is, man, it sucks. It sucks for all of Green Bay. And it sucks for Micah Parsons. He was having a hell of a year under Jeff Hafley and being on the Green Bay Packers with this defense.